Hello, 02, welcome. Welcome. Today we are going to talk about female anatomy. And my main quest today will be to show how simple it is. How far is though of recently? I have been great, working a lot. And you? Working. Body anatomy is a type of thing that once you get it, you can draw any type of body. Because it's still a human body. It's still the same. The concept, the basics. Like, oh, shoulders always up here, abs always down there, and so on and so on. But if we were talking about a different species, no, a different species, well, that would be something all, something all new. New. Here, I'm centralizing the camera. Good. Here. Good. Yay. Yay. Ooh. Well, it's still human. It's pretty much the same thing, you just change the amount of fat or amount of muscle. But once we were talking about, like, I don't know, a wolf, a giraffe, or even better, an octopus, changes even more. I got an example here of heavy lifter, absolutely incredible heavy lifter. Also, I've got here an example of an extreme lean athlete, both extremes. And here, ultra muscle. I got the 3 examples. A lot of fat and muscle, little of muscle, little of fat, a lot of muscle only. Yeah, this 3, yeah, pretty much the 3, okay. And we're going to do pretty much the same basic drawing for torso. I'll be explaining the basics, theory, and then we're gonna get into it. Alex says, I am captain. Okay, here's going to be male torso drawing. Let me remove this one. It would be cool if I drew the very same pose, just so you guys could compare. This is a good idea. If I drew the very same pose, so all of you can compare. Oh, okay, this is the change. Oh, okay, this is another change. Oh, okay. Because muscle, it's all the same muscle groups. It's just that's much less on upper body area. Less and more fat. Now remember the balance concept that I talked with you champs? Some bodies tends to go more into fat, some tends to go more into muscle, some tend to go into both, some tend to go into none, depending on daily life, diet, and everything. Pretty much that. In this case, because of hormones, tends to accumulate more fat, less muscle on upper body, and more fat on lower body. Now, if we include chest, also accumulates more fat upper body. Because breasts, mainly made of fat. It's fat. It's fat. Who could have guessed? 2 drawings. We'll be doing a drawing of this very same pose. Whoa! You here? Delete. Nice. Nice. Send the stream to anyone that you believe that should receive this help, that you believe that they need a lot to learn how to draw anatomy, that they are struggling with anatomy. They feel like, oh, how do I draw this? And today's class is going to be about how to draw female body anatomy, torso. How does it work the muscles? Is it different from the male ones? How much different it is? Size or part of the body? Is it more fat? Is it less muscle? Or is the opposite? It's more muscle, less fat? It's more skin, less skin? Well, whatever is the difference, we're gonna find out today together. And we're going to talk about many different types of bodies, from a lot of fat to little fat, from absolutely power to absolute lightweight. And it's also power more into the cardiovascular system. Both are incredible. Any athlete is incredible. By the way, this woman, she absolutely rocks on the amount of weight she can lift. I watched the Olympics like, oh, and this and that. Wow, wow, wow. Hello, Chris Maycock. Hello, Luca Wolfie. Hello, 02. I believe I have said hello to you. Hello, Devil Advocate. So open up your notebook, take your notes. Remember to be relaxed in this class. Don't do a lot of pressure on yourself. I want you to learn and just enjoy the moment. Can I start? Oh, let's get some more minutes. Let me see how many minutes it's been. Okay, I can wait 2 more minutes and we're starting out the class. The class. Yo. The class. Well. Oh, also, let me grab my reference. I would like a reference with less clothes. Well, YouTube, please do not flag this stream. It's purely education. It's nothing crazy. It's just pure education, you know. Searching here a pose. I'm glad I'm not recording this, right? Okay, it's not recording my secondary screen. Oh wow, I just wanted a common pose, but that's also fine. Common pose? Well, no common pose, I see. I see no common pose. But it's also nice reference. This one's also nice. Oh, so many references. So many. We gotta choose only one. I want a reference like torso. Only torso. Yeah. Oh, this one is so good. Okay, this is the one. This reference is so good. I love this one. This is the reference that I'll be drawing. This is totally the reference that I'll be drawing. I love the lighting. The light. Never mind saying pose, bro. I just found a reference that I love. Barrel woman? Yeah, right here. Right here. She's the strongest woman on the Olympics, if I remember correctly. She made so... She carried so much weight. I love that I cannot just pick a common example that no one knows. The same when I was teaching male torso, I needed to get Eddie Hall, strongest man alive. I was like, we gotta use him as reference. And now let's go and use this girl as reference. We gotta get the strongest ones. We're gonna get the strongest ones. Eddie Hall lifted like a half ton. He's absolutely a powerhouse. Let me see here how much Li Wang. How much weight? I think it's different on Olympic. No, it's different. Well, next time I saw I saw. Close it. Close it. Hello, Fuji-san. May I start it? Can I start today's class talking about female torso, lean, thick, all bodies, and in a way that you can get over it forever and go like, haha, I can draw it, I understand it, no one can get me. If like out of nowhere I just tell you, fast, draw this one, you're gonna go like, easy. And then I go like, fast, draw this one, you go like, easy. You don't know how to draw all of this because you understand the basics, and it's all about understanding the basics. Basics. Type down yes in the comments if I can start today's class. So now we start. Start. Recording, good. Recording. This is a class about how to draw, how to paint, how does it work, the male torso anatomy. If you understand how does it work, you can nail every single one. If you have seen my last class about male anatomy, you're gonna see it followed the same principles of understanding there are multiple layers and understanding that there is difference between which body is going to have more fat, which body is going to have more muscle, which body you're gonna see the upper area smaller, which body you're going to see the upper area larger. But let's get into it. As we have talked in our latest anatomy class, our body is made of layers. And what are those layers? Well, we have skin, we have veins and nerves, we have those little cables, of course, we have fat, we have muscle, and we have bones. But depending on the way that you choose, maybe a lot of fat or maybe a lot of muscle, it's going to change the output that you're going to have. Depending if you have a lot of fat or a lot of muscle, or you have none of both, or if you have a lot of both, it's going to change which result you're going to get right here as example. You can see in these images. Depends on how much fat, how much muscle you're going to choose for your character, for your drawing. So, how do we balance that? Reinforcing the basics. If you draw a lot of fat, it's going to be harder to see the format of the muscle. Maybe there's a lot of muscle below it, but the chances of you seeing exactly the flex of the muscle, it gets pretty hard. And the chances of you seeing veins, well, pretty much zero. Or close to it. So the opposite can also be applied. Not exactly equal, but can also be applied. How? If you have a lot of muscle, the chances of you being able to see the veins and with low fat is very high. It's absolutely high. And if you have little muscle, let's say, and little fat, you can also see the veins. It all depends on the combination of these two mainly. Of course, as we talked, Age is a huge factor. If your character is young, if your character is old, it's going to change how elastic the skin is. It's going to change if the skin is just falling down or if the skin is intact in place. And not only that, as you have your grandma or grandpa or have been close to anyone that is older than you, very old, you may have noticed that it's much easier to notice their veins. Why? Because the skin's like, it just goes down with gravity, so it's even easier to see and perceive all of that. And of course, bones, we can truly only see them with low amounts, muscle, fat, and skin depending on the age, of course. But bones are not only limited to that. Bones also depend if they are at the corner of your body. As example, your elbow. You're going to see your elbow with a lot of fat, a lot of muscle or not, because elbows are literally at the edge. There are those specific corners, those specific points where you're going to see it no matter what. But going back to the basics, yeah, many areas, it's going to be very hard to see the bones, because this middle area right here is going to be blocked by all of these layers. So, how does that apply to female torso anatomy? Again, we're talking about bones, muscles, veins, fat, and skin as being the main factors to change how the body is going to appear. Now let's talk about main differences comparing to male torso in general. Here, I choose this image because it shows focused in muscles. And the same way as I choose on male torso to focus in muscles, this one I'm also going to focus in muscles because they are the most complex part of it. Fat is easy. Bones, if you're not drawing a skeleton, it's also easy, or a zombie, who knows. It's also easy. Muscles is the most complex one because there are so many of them. Of course, we do also have tons of skeletons, tons of bones, but we don't see all of them. It's a lot harder to see all of them, and that's good. We don't want to see them. That there would be something wrong to see all of the bones. All of the bones. We would be a zombie. So now, talking about muscles, what is the main difference that we have compared to when we were drawing the last tutorial male torso? All the upper area. Let me choose a different color right here. Different color. All this upper area right here, including the full arms, around middle here, middle of the abs, all of this upper area. It's around approximately 50% smaller than male. It's around 50% smaller. So whenever you're drawing, you're gonna think, well, a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller. Is this a rule, Gab? Am I going to apply this always? No, as I'm talking right here, everybody, there are many types of body. We are first talking about the standard base for you that are starting out, that do not want to get lost, and then we are going to talk about all of the types. But all of the upper area tends to be around 50% less mass, not as big, much more lean. Why? Ask nature. I don't know. Probably some kind of evolution thing said, yo, that's good. Yo, that's good. Very good. Amazing. So, while this upper area has less muscle, the muscles are you got this. The same. Shoulder, shoulder. Chest, chest. Abs, abs. Side of the abs, side of the abs. Arm right here, arm right here. The names, biceps, triceps, all the muscles on the forearm. Very same muscles, they are there, they work there. Nice, incredible. But how do we differentiate? Okay, we understand that this upper area is going to be smaller, slim. But is that the only change? No, that's not the only change. We were talking right now about muscles, but let's talk a little bit more about fat and bones. Talking a tiny little bit about bones, this area right here on the waist tends to be larger to the sides. Larger to the sides. That's why we tend to have this format. Ooh, right here. Or the trophy, not the trophy format. Well, this one on many bodies when we draw. Because this area right here, the waistline, thicker, thicker, thicker. Wow, it's thicker. But it's not only about the bone, it's also about the fat. There is a lot of fat accumulation in this area right here. Why a lot of fat accumulation? Survival. My answer for all of it's going to be survival. So there is more fat right here in this area. The hips are larger and also there is more fat in this area. And of course, this upper area may have less muscle, but it also has something extra, which is fat. Right here in the boobs, breasts. Breasts. I just think of chicken breasts. I'm thinking of food. I'm thinking of food, guys. Oh no. I'm thinking of food. Breasts right here, they are above the muscle and they are made of fat. We're going to have a layer right here of fat. Layer right here of fat. Depending on how much fat, it's going to fall down even lower or it's going to stay at the place even more. As we can see right here. Stays more at the place because lower body fat goes down with gravity because it's literally fat. How do you want this to hold on? It's going to fall down naturally. It all depends on how much fat we are talking about. Are we talking about tons of fat? Are we talking about little fat? It all depends on which body type you're going to focus on. But now that I talk with you about hips being larger, a lot of accumulation of fat around hips, lower belly, ass, in the ass, at the ass, quadriceps, legs pretty much. And not so much up here, not so much up here. Boobs, a lot of accumulation of fat. But this is pretty much the main changes. Lower mass up here, and with that, you get another new card on your deck that says accumulate fat on boobs. And not only that, accumulate fat on hips. That's nice. Now that we know the basics right here, I can go and draw it little part by little part. But before I go and draw part by part, I want to at least get into explaining a little bit more, talk a little bit more about body types. The same way that we talked it on last class, I want to talk here too. So, remember when we talked about the bones, the fat, the muscles, how they change, how we perceive things? That's right, it's going to happen right here. So, if you have low accumulation of fat, boobs are going to be smaller, hips are going to be smaller. Upper torso, almost no fat. Belly, almost no fat. Makes sense? Makes sense. Why? Because how can you have a lot of fat if there is no fat? And with that, we get into, okay, a lot of muscle is going to appear because there is no fat at all. This is not a character, Gabs. It's a real human. This human right here got into a crazy bodybuilding competition and got his body. And that's a lot of muscle. And if we have a lot of muscle and little fat, guess what? We can see a lot of the bones, tendons, probably a connection between muscles and even veins, depending on where we are looking at. Let's walk little by little to the side. Okay, we have more fat. What does that mean? We see less the muscles. We don't see so much of the muscles. And also hips, they get thicker. As example, boobs, they are bigger. And so on, we start little by seeing less muscle and seeing more a roundish format. Comparing to our last class, in the female body, something that I can say that totally happens all the time to save you forever is very round lines, very round and soft lines. In the male torso, we draw into a more squarish formats. But in the female, we go like shwoong, shwoong. This is a nice difference to keep in mind whenever you feel lost. But remember, if you're drawing a woman that is like athlete running, you're going to use those very same, guess what? That's right, the very same more squarish format, because we can see more of the bones, more of the muscles. It all depends on the composition that you're building up. It all depends on how much you're going to get of each one of the main principles that we talked right here. You are the artist. You are the one to choose how it's going to be that body. Now, let's get here into some more talk. When you get more fat accumulation, every corner gets rounder, rounder, rounder. Here's iliac crest appearing. I can see that. Rounder, rounder. Can you see the abs? Not that much, maybe closer to the rib cage area. Rib cage area, I noticed that this happens on every single body. I don't know why, but our bodies just tell us like, hey, here is the end of your rib cage. Hey, here is the end of your... Hey, here is the end of your rib cage. And this happens so much. I think this one we could also see if it wasn't the light. Especially because we can see a little curve here. I think we would be able... Yes, I think we would be able to see also here. Rib cage just keeps on appearing no matter what. Rib cage is there to the market's territory. Rib cage is always there. Wow, now that I'm noticing it, it's always there. Always. Always. Oh, wow. What a bug. Now, if we go down here into even more fat accumulation, we are going to see another force have more impact into it, which is gravity. If you have a lot of gravity, if you have something that it's going to get affected by gravity, as example, hair, my hair right now, if I just take out, remove it from the bank that I did here, it's going to, wow, go down because of gravity. The same happens with fat. When you're drawing it, you're focusing on everything falling down. It's not going to accumulate in the middle of the belly. No, it's going to accumulate lower, 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 lower. But this is the case of high fat and not as high on muscle. But what if these girls had high fat and high muscle also below? Well, this here can reply to us. This image can reply. She's high on muscles and high on fat. Is it more on place? Yes, it's more on place. It's staying more into the specific area. It still falls down, but not as much compared to this one that it is focused on fat. This one is focused muscle and fat. It's very small differences, very small differences. That's why we gotta study and grab references all the time that we can. 02 said the more mass, the more gravity becomes your enemy. Yes, and that's also why I admire any power lifter that runs, because I'm like, bro, bro, you know what you're doing. You are training. You are training hardcore. Eddie Hall, the one that I talked last stream, the used to be the strongest man in the world. He lifts very heavy. His body is very heavy. A lot of fat, a lot of muscle, because he needs that to lift heavy. And I saw a video of him just running like 8 kilometers, and I was like, oh, bro, you are a beast. Like, each step, it's harder to run with that mass. It's incredible. It's incredible. But getting back to focus, 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 focus. If you want the mass to be more lifted, you add muscle. If you want that very same volume to be going down, you focus only on fat. And if you want a mixture of both, you can go more focused into the ones right here in the middle, where you can see some of the abs, and you can see also curves, and you can see also soft, gentle lines around the thighs. It's all about equilibrium. And now going to the runners, we get a lot of the rectangular format. A lot of the rectangular format. Why? Because there is nothing popping out. There is not muscles popping out. There is no fat popping out. It's pretty much the bones defining it the most. It's much more focused into the bones appearing or the overall format of the muscles, because wow, we can see it all, and it's incredible. Why? Because it's the necessary body for you to go and run those crazy long distances and say like, yeah, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it. All sports are great. I just want you out of nowhere, just go and do push-ups. I don't know, I'm feeling like it. Inspired. Inspired. Now we're talking about those. Let's go and draw. Draw, 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 draw. Draw, draw. Draw, 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 draw. Does anyone have any question about woman torso anatomy? Does anyone have any question about before I go and start drawing, start demonstrating? I have open here my image for reference. I'm going to draw in black and white, and we are going to pass it to colors later on. My main objective here is to first understand gesture and then add the mass, volume, bones, whatever it is, and then start to go like shadow light, shadow light, shadow light. All of those, one by one. Bayanda Majula, I may reply your question after today's class. Now let's get into it. Into it. Getting first gesture. I'm going to do the body bending on one side and stretching at the other. Whoa! Look at this line. Whoa! Why there's no smoothing? I want smooth. Okay, right here. Right here. And then side get. Yep. And hips. Big hips. Big hips. Big whip. 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 Throw me like a waste horse. Throw me down. I wanna be the whatever it takes. Letter V down here. Letter. And then we go into. Okay, that's a nice base. I'm analyzing because it's interesting that it's not only you drawing. You gotta always take a moment, step out, and see what is going to be your next step, like your next plan, like a war strategy. Ooh. Whoa, 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 whoa. 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 Shoulder, shoulder. Neck, neck. Neck, neck. Neck. Okay. Okay. Soft format, as we have talked. Lower mass and more fat equals to, that's right. It's right. Oh. Okay. Arms, this length, good. Adding more fat on this one. Adding more fat on this one. Creating the overall base. And I'm not being ultra judgmental at the start. And I do not want you to be ultra judgmental on your start. Because you're still setting up the base of the house. This time, I just want you to try to analyze if the overall proportions are right. If no place is like, oh, this area right here, This area is too big. Maybe it would be better if we just made it smaller. Let's go and make it smaller. Just overall size. We don't want to get into too deep little details like this there. Should be a small little bending, a small curvature. No, not right now. Let me remove this line. Breasts, which keeps making me think of chicken breasts. I'm thinking of food, that's right, I'm thinking of food, no one can stop me. Let's add here. Round shape. Like a tear. If you ever have trouble drawing boobs, tear format. Tear. Tear. Like, oh, the boob's crying. Wow. Tear. Tear. The boob's crying. Ah, so good. This one is stretched, so roundish format right here. Roundish. If I draw nipples, YouTube's going to ban me, I'm certain. I'm certain, so no. None. Up here we got a collarbone. Which is a little wing of a bird. We could think of wings of a bird, okay? Collarbone. They're following this line right here. Do you see this area? It's stretching so much. Do you know what it means? It means that we are going to see a lot there. Because if it's stretching, it means that we can see a lot more. Like, if the skin is stretching, we're gonna see more of the muscles, more of the bones. Anything that is going on right here, we are going to have a much more clear view than on the opposite side. And it's exactly because it's stretching, it's like we are trying to zoom in into that area. And it's important to keep into mind. Because if we keep that into mind, we understand it. Oh, okay. Basic on these principles, if it's stretching a lot, we're gonna take a look even closer. Nice. But before doing it, if this size is going up, I want to make this teardrop also going up. One going down for real. Yes, better. For this size, remember the rib cage. We have rib cage, so I'm totally going to draw some rib cage right here and the corner of the abs right here, because all of the side, it's stretching. There is no magic here. It's stretching. Middle line right here just to divide. So belly, bottom, belly. We all have belly. A tiny little bit of line at the other side. A tiny little bit. A tiny little bit. On this upper area, we could go and show more of the ribs. We can go and do that. Are you prepared for it? We're going to do that. Going all the way to it. All the way. Okay, we have a nice base. This is a very nice base. Let's take a look at it. Okay, now, do you want to see the very real test? Flip your canvas. Flip your canvas. If you approve after flipping, it's good. Okay, I do approve. I do approve it. Let's go back. It's approved. Now that we have drawn the overall gesture, now that we have added basic shapes for the body, which is pretty much line here at the belly, boobs, collarbone, arm going up, all of those things, now we can go and say, yes, You're gonna add the details right now. You're gonna start adding the details right now. The details, get the details. The details. But it's not alone. It's going to be with shadows. No one can escape the shadow realm. No one. Let's add shadows on all of this side, because why not? I want to do this in incredible type of light, so none of you ever get lost of how would this work if I show this with a strong type of light. Let's say a bit of difficult type of light. It's going to be easy for you all to understand whenever we draw anything that's even more simple and easy. Right here. Right. Adding shadows to the corners. Exactly. All of the corners I am adding. I receive it. Food is the most precious thing in the world. Yum 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 yum. I'm going to add some gentle shadows on all of the corner. All of the corner. Also here, all of the side, because light's coming from the right, so naturally, everything that it's going on the left side is going to get a juicy amount of shadows. You boob, juicy amount of shadows. You right here, juicy amount of shadows. No one can escape. But it would be too easy if I stop it here. It would be too easy if I just told you, yeah, that's all, that's it, you did it, you can draw female torso anatomy. No, we need to show the small variations, because if there's something that was always getting into me, is that I didn't understand that it's not only about drawing the main shadow and drawing the overall body format, but there is small things going on. Small things which are pretty much the muscles and bones that create small variations in the shadows. As example, let me tell to you right now that all of this area is going to receive a tiny little bit amount of shadows. All of this area, Gabs, yes, all of this area. Why? Because this is the chest, remember? There's fat right here, but there's something below that fat, and that thing is muscle. And since the fat's falling down, this upper area here has what? The muscle and the bones. So it means that we are going to see a little bit more of that. And just like in this reference where we can see the extra bright area is right here, and the not so bright area is to the corner on the left, that's what we are going to do. That is the very same principle. We may add light more to everything turning to the right, but not everything turning to the right is going to receive light on the same amount. And I wished I learned this so much sooner, guys. So much sooner. It would have saved me from so many struggles. And now I do understand that it's about, hey, not everything receives the same amount of attention. Even if all of it is inside of light, it's not the same. So with this much more gentle gray tone, I'm going to start painting all of those variations. Up here, yeah, get darker, darker. And that is what separates someone that is still starting out and someone that is like, yeah, I understand it. I understand it so much. All of these little and soft variations, they change so much how we perceive it. So much. And that's how we maintain our game on doing great art. And by the way, I wanted to maintain the focus that I am using in reference. I'm not taking all of this from my head. I do not recommend anyone here doing all of this from your head. I deeply do not. Why? Because this is going to force your memory so much. So please, be wise and use reference. This is going to save your time. This is going to save you from a tons of stress. I don't see any problem. Use a ton of reference. I use a ton of reference. There's artists that say that it's going to get you into a point that you never ever draw again without reference. Well, for me, it's been very easy and fine to draw without reference, and I love using reference all the time. I believe it depends on each human being, each artist. Because for me, it's nice. The very same thing we did with the chest area, we're going to do with the abs. All this corner here getting kinda darker. Kinda darker. Wow. This is nice. Here also. Everything that is going onto the left side, that's it. That's your tune to go. I'm telling you. Shadows. Here the middle. Shadows, shadows, shadows. This corner right here with light. That's right. Light. That's right. Shadows. A ton of shadows on this fire right here because it's bending. It's behind the other fire, so it's just get darker. Whoa. And now here. All around, all around. Setting some soft shadows on the corner. But this is not soft enough. We're just adding up the base. Soon enough, like right now, we're going to make it even more soft. That's the softness that we want to maintain. This is the softness that can make people look at your drawing and go like, wow, this artist is so good, amazing, incredible. Wowzers, I want to be like this artist. Wow. You can see that those little and tiny changes that we're doing, they are adding up and adding up like compound interest, and they are becoming something incredible and amazing. That is what we want. Now that we have added basic shadow, and now between basic shadow, more of the shadow of the format of the object. I just forgot this fire right here. We're going to add strong and dark shadows. Very strong and dark shadows, and I mean that. If you think the shadows that we have right now are dark enough, think twice, because now we are going to absolutely dark shadows, and I mean that. Black, come here. This black right here, I'm going to add on areas that I feel, that I see, that there is no way light can touch there, that I ask myself, is there any way that light can touch here? And if my answer is no, or if my answer is, well, this area is going to be absolutely hard, like 19% chance that light cannot touch here, well, I'm going to add a ton of dark tones. Armpit right here, pretty hard, so become very dark. Corner right here with the thighs, very dark, very, very dark. This area here below the jaw, kinda darker. I see it getting kinda darker. Oh, all of this area. Oh, we can go and add more darkness. Mwahaha. Mwahaha. Corners right here can get darker. Oh, I believe they can get darker. Maybe not this much, but they can get ultra dark. Let's go. Belly button, of course, darker. All of the shadows right here, I want them to go darker. Let's make them dark in the middle areas. And why that? Because this means we are having a reflection going on, and I absolutely love reflections inside of shadows. There's a reason that I enjoy a lot adding reflections inside shadows, and it is because it reinforces the form that you're drawing. Maybe you do not like it, and that's fine. You can just do everything here ultra dark. That's your way to go. Go and make everything ultra dark. Go and do that. No one's holding you back. But I like when it's a little bit more soft. So huge brush, low opacity on the brush. Let's start adding it. And gentle, always keeping in our minds that we need gradient for this to work. We cannot just do a random line or random lines. We are thinking constantly of, hey, this does make sense, okay. Does make sense, okay. All the time. Here, maybe could get a tiny little bit brighter. That's good. And after this, I'll be showing my techniques to color, and they are very easy and simple. I used to not be someone that enjoyed coloring from black and white. Until now, I am someone that always do black and white and then color. I thought it was going to be nothing, but once I try it, everything changed. It legit saves your time. It legit saves your time. Very gentle right here, very gentle, gentle shadows, gentle. Remember, we are not drawing a body focused on muscles or bones appearing the most. We're making a body focused more into fat being the #1 hero here. And if it's fat, you gotta have a lot of soft curves. Soft curves. You know, area right here getting darker. Why did the middle getting darker? Because it creates this effect of reflection in the corner, and I absolutely love this effect. Love it so much that I'm adding very gentle and soft shadow. It's kind of darker. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Soft lines going on here. Always remember, you gotta be soft, you gotta be soft. If you're feeling that your drawing is not going the way you want it, maybe the lines are too hard, I'm using a full soft brush. Full soft. Totally focus it into being soft. So in this corner, darker. Nice. Let's remove this line because we do not want lines. When it's about shading, we want something that it's soft. Soft is the word today. If you gotta take one thing from today's class, is making it soft. Is making it in a way that you feel like, okay, that does make sense. It's soft. But it's not only that. It's about taking your time. To make it truly soft, it's about taking your time. And you only take your time when you are certain about what you're drawing. And to be certain, you gotta truly take your time to focus into it. Ask yourself, does this truly make sense? Would I truly be doing that? And try. Do not be afraid to try. It's important to try. It's important to do mistakes in the middle of your path. If you're doing mistakes, well, now you know a path that is not the direction, which is good, which is nice. Now let's keep on focusing on following the right path. It's not about us being perfect. We are humans. It's about little by little getting closer to our desired goal. Little by little, seeing that, wow, I was truly able to do that. I want you to feel proud of what you're doing. I want you to feel that, hey, you did that. No one else, you did that. You took your time to study, you took your time to truly get and try to understand everything that is going on, and I love it. Wow. Wow. I love how it's looking. I absolutely adore it. Okay, ribcage right here. soft. Right here. A tone of light. It's collarbone. Not so much on the other. So much. This is a very nice base. Wow, this is nice. And you can notice that I didn't spend that much time on this side, but I spent a ton of time on this other side. Because it's pretty much the principle that we have talked that if it's stretched, the chances of you seeing much more than you should, not than you should, more than you would compared to standard pose is high, very high. And that's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. If it's stretching, you're gonna see much more. Much more. Wow. Lovely. Now, I want to show my technique of painting, just like last class, which is clicking here and going to curves. Each software has its own curves too. This is going to open, and now we're going to paint it with curves. But before starting to paint it, I gotta have a background for here because everything is not in the same layer. So selecting everything around, invert, and now I have a base. Let me check if it's working. Yep, it's working. Good. I'll be changing the channels red, blue, and green to get into what is desired right here. Let me see if you guys can see the two right here. Yes, you can. Okay, good. I'm going to reds, and I'm going to paint in reds by changing the line. Oh, look at this. It's blue. Now she's an alien. That's nice. Ooh, alien. Alien. Getting here more to. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, I love this. Greens, no. Pinks, yes. Blues. Blurring here. Okay. We got into something that is more human and less blue. Okay, bring you to. Yes, yes, yes. But I would enjoy even more if this was a tiny little bit more soft. Getting softer and softer. I'm creating dots. And those dots are telling me if here should be dark or bright. It's pretty much the whole action. Wow, ultra bright. That's really strong. Wow, that's really strong. Wow. It looks like I drew all of these details. Oh wait, I did. But not this strong. It's crazy when you change the values. How much it changes. How much? Okay, let's make this more soft. Does anyone have any questions about it? Does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any questions? Yep, better. But how do I make this go down? Just playing with curves. Playing with fire. Ooh. 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 Okay. Found the bright tones. Good. Found the bright tones. Nice. Took like a few seconds, possibly. You're getting fast. Why I love curves too. It's fast to paint. And you can choose exactly the type you want. This one, do you want it to be blue? Do you want it to be yellow? You can have any. We can have both. You can have everything. Woo! Everything! Yes, it's important. It's important, Zero, to the stretched skin to be showed. I'm glad you enjoy it, because I gotta show it. Gotta show it all. Wow. I'm just fascinated by this too. I love this too so much. Love it. Oh wow. YouTube, do not ban me. I did not draw any area, any crazy area. I did not draw it. I just drew basic. The same that I did on last tutorial. YouTube, you're my homie, please. You are my homie. My homie. Oh, if I bring here, you get even more. Okay, good. That's fine. Great. Nice. Amazing. Outstanding. Good body. Thank you. Can we do another one? Another one? Does it mean that there is a trouble? There is still questions? Does it mean there's still questions? I see. Good, it's time for GabyT to go. Nice. Ultra dark shadow. That's it. Ultra dark. Ultra super dark. No one can stop it. It's ultra super dark. Wow. And then some blue reflection. Out of nowhere. Cause yes. Cause yes. No reason at all. Just pure yes. Some blue reflections right here. That's it. Some blue reflections. Wow. Blue. Being blue. Amazing, right? Blue. That's it, guys. That's it. No questions, pop it. It's it. It's been 1 hour of a class. 1 hour of a class. So fast. So fast. That's so fast. That's legit fast. Wow. Blue reflections. They make everything blue. That's right. Ooh, blue. Ooh. I'm sorry, I cannot stop thinking of blues. Blues are nice. Blues are everything. That's it. I have changed it a lot. Thank you everyone that watched this class. So for the basics, remember importance of fat accumulation. especially around the hips area, fat accumulation on the chest, which are the boobs, lower muscles on the upper body, lower muscles, not lower amount of muscles in the upper body, and more curvatures, soft curvatures. Pretty much that. Pretty much that. Pretty much that. Hey. You know what else we could do? Softify that body. Yeah. Blurred. 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 See you all next stream. Thank you very much. Have a great night or day. And if you want to learn even more with me, link in the description for my art course, which you can learn with me all of these techniques and also have this full recorded class right there. Thank you all. This is our call. If you want to learn more with me, if you like the way that I teach. Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye. What's up? What's up? Wow, 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 wow. Bye bye. See you next time. See you next time. Bye bye. Another class. We did it together. I'm so happy. Yay, we did it. Guys, we did it. I stopped recording. I mean, recording the file, not the stream. Now I'll be saying bye bye to people on stream. Thank you very much for being here. You are amazing, and I will be seeing you in the next one. All the love, all the peace. You know where to find me. You're not alone in your artistic journey. You have guidance, you have support, and let's keep on moving forward.